This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
Well,
And I'm Tim from Tell Me More.
Timmy!
Timmy.
So, you want to tell everybody a little bit about your channel?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's called Tell Me More, and we just talk about interesting things. We don't discriminate either. People, places, events, internet legendary and tomfoolery, all that jazz.
I heard he's going to check out The Legend of Chris Chan next.
I'm not supposed to tell everybody that, but yeah, that's what's going on.
Oh, man. You should just copy all of the Legend of videos that PewDiePie has already done and just use him as your research.
I'm going to say, if you can't notice the striking similarities in my content to PewDiePie's, then you're not watching either of them.
All right. So, we're gonna do something different today for the first time, and Will's got to tell us what today is first.
today is Manic Monday.
You can tell he's getting like totally bored of this intro.
was so excited.
I need to come up with a new one.
So we're going to do some quick hits, some quick topics for the first time on the CHRILLCAST. We're not just going to do the main topic because the news travels fast and there's a lot of topics. So the first one is that Stadia is rumored to be launching a free tier. And my first thought is, yeah, you can't get away with selling people games that they have to pay full price for and charge a subscription for it when there's no minimum benefit for doing so. Like, I could just be subscribed to Stadia and have no games, and it still costs me $15 a month and $60 per game.
What do you think how they're going to monetize that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, maybe licensure of the games. Maybe that's why they're still 60 when they're like 20 on every other platform. Like, Assassin's Creed, that's not going to drop in price on Stadia, but I can go get an Xbox One copy for what, $10 in 2 years?
Right.
Exactly. Or Xbox has sales all the time, so you can get relatively new games for really cheap all the time.
Since we all know that Timmy is subscribed to Google Stadia already, what's your experience been?
I was the first Stadia member, actually. I think the damage is already done, man. Everybody kind of hates on Stadia, so I don't think you're gonna win everyone over with a free. I don't know.
I think the real question is who wanted this.
Right.
Like, who said, you know what?
Who
Who wanted
would've
Google
worked
to
to begin
muscle
with.
in? Yeah, it wouldn't work. I mean, you got xCloud. xCloud's gonna kick the butt out of.
It's already kicking its butt.
Yeah, and it doesn't even exist yet, right?
It's in beta, yeah.
Yeah, technically it doesn't exist to everybody else. Will's got
Well,
it.
in beta, it has more games than the full launch of Stadia, so...
Oh, I thought you meant that the xCloud had more games in beta than it's going to have at launch, and I was like, that's a topic we need to talk about.
Well, I mean, what is the what is the cloud service that is launched? It's a PC. I can't think of what it's called right now. I'm blanking on it. But Bethesda's pulled out of it, and Activision has pulled its games.
What are you talking about?
Nvidia they just did it.
The NVIDIA Shield stuff?
No. It just launched. It
Oh,
was in beta and all
GeForce.
GeForce, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was in beta, and all those games are available, but now they aren't. So it actually has launched with less games in beta.
That's interesting. The thing that I wanted to bring up about this is basically nobody asked for Stadia. They muscled their way into the gaming market. They got a bunch of licenses. They've got some Stadia exclusives, whatever that means. And yet they pretty much failed already. I mean, everybody knows it's a failure. It's just like Vista. Everybody knew Vista was a failure, and so it was.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Damage is done. They already.
You don't get a second chance in tech. People forget about you, and you're a failure.
True.
That's not true. Sometimes they do come back, but I don't.
It takes a
think Google
lot of
is
work and
coming
a
back
long
now.
time. Like Xbox One has recovered the brand, finally, but nobody's going to go out and buy an OG Xbox One at this point, unless you're like me and you're like, hey, look, eBay, $50. Game Pass machine. But other than me, another thing we wanted to talk about before we get started with the main topic. Rockstar Games is rumored to be announcing GTA 6, but it sounds like those rumors might have been squashed already. But it was all based around a couple images on their website. Seems like Timmy has some ideas on it.
Well, I have the idea that I don't think it's happening. Sadly.
mean, they're making so
I
much
wish I
money.
had more.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, when I saw that as one of the things we want to talk about, I was just like, what? GTA 6, please. Yeah, but no.
That's definitely
It's
not
not appearing to be anything. But I will say, though, when they did Red Dead, all they did was, like, change the logo on a tweet or something, or the back, I can't remember what it was. They, like, tweeted a red logo, Rockstar, and so maybe I've seen them do, like, about the same thing, but...
Yeah. And I mean, the launch window makes sense for them to, like, announce it this year and launch it next year.
Right.
As far as the gap between their games, so it does make sense.
Yeah, that would be so amazing. I will say we've been playing the last couple nights Division 2, and just like how that is such a free roam, do whatever you want. It reminds me of GTA, and like if they don't do something like that, like with a co-player campaign in that world where you're just, you can meet up with anybody, you can play off of whoever's server you're on, and I mean, Division 2 did it really well in that regard, as far as anyone can join up with anybody regardless of level or progress or whatever. So
It's
I
pretty
think
great.
that would be amazing if they did that with GTA 6.
It's kind of weird. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
No,
take
you're
over
good. You're good. Go ahead.
Here, but I was just gonna say one other thing that I saw, and it was just a fan-made image, but it was it was GTA, and then they used the VI for Roman numerals for 6, and so that would have been really cool if they would have like revisited Vice City and used the VI and Vice to
man.
Yeah. But that's all I want to say. If they are going to do it, please put it in Vice City, but I don't care because I'll take it however it comes.
Also, the robot makes me think it's in the future, which has made me much more excited about the game. So, I don't know, GTA, like, in the future, that'd be interesting.
Joke's on you. It's a game sponsored by Mr. Medicare called Mr. Anti-Bully.
It's all making sense.
I'm sure that Timmy got the joke.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, I think.
His Twitter handle is Anti-Bully, Mr. Anti-Bully. Mr. Medicare, if you've ever heard of him.
Okay, all right, okay.
And
I see.
Since Rockstar already has the Bully game, it'd be even better if they had a game called the Anti-Bully. Be the sequel, the much-awaited sequel to Bully. No, I'm sorry.
Some good levels.
I just thought I could like jump a couple levels and Timmy would be on the same page because of all his great research he does in his videos.
No, Will definitely will never be on the same
He's like,
page.
big brain.
Yeah. Not a lot going on, but it's
Oh, boy.
big of dumb.
All right, we'll see how this goes. No, I'm just kidding. Look, GTA 6 will probably be, other than maybe Half-Life 3, the biggest announcement probably in this decade. Because look at how much GTA 5 exploded. And it's basically been going on for, what, a decade now? Almost?
Still putting content on the live stuff, too.
GTA 5 Online is probably the most successful online service game ever.
Yeah.
Except maybe Minecraft? Does that count?
I'm not sure.
Whatever.
This is the most profitable game of all time, right? GTA 5, I mean.
Probably. I don't know if the amount of iterations of Tetris count, because that's like right up there with it. Anyways, so now that we got our two quick topics out there, there's a rumor for GTA 6 and Stadia sucks. Not news.
Yeah, still sucks.
Really, really sucks.
The really cool topic we had ready for today, now that we're 9 minutes into a video that normally only goes about 20 minutes.
My bad.
That's totally on me, actually. It's always on me. It's always my fault. All right. Black Mesa, probably one of the coolest fan projects ever to get like an official endorsement from the original company. So I'm going to give you guys a little background here. Black Mesa is a fan-made HD definition of the original Half-Life, HD definition remake of the original Half-Life game that has been blessed off by Valve and will be releasing on Steam and is officially slated to release this upcoming Thursday, March 5th, 2020. This project took the Black Mesa, also called Crowbar Collective, 14 years to make, starting back in March of 2006. The team did not make any money until June of 2015, approximately 9 years and 2 to 3 months after the original project began. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, you're spending 9 years of your life working on a fan project that you made no money on. I mean, come on. Can you imagine? That's crazy. I mean, if we did the CHRILLCAST for 9 years and never made a cent, I don't know if I'd keep doing it.
I mean, I doubt they're not doing it as a job. It clearly was a hobby. And it's a passion project. But it's cool that they're making money at it now, and it's actually going to be released.
I mean, but seriously, if I spend a decade doing the CHRILLCAST, and if we don't hit at least like monetization levels of subscribers in 9 years, I think we're doing something wrong. Just saying.
Yeah, I thought that quote from the guy Adam, I have his name somewhere. Adam Eagles.
I guess what I'm trying to say, they got dedication. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that it was stupid to work for 9 years for no money. Don't get that idea in your head. I think it's great that they did this. Okay, no backlash be received from my comments, please. All right, Timmy, what you got?
I was just gonna say one thing that I thought was kind of cool when they put that announcement out. He said, "What you're on your topic?" You know, he was talking about volunteering all of his time. He said, "I've heard you should not work for free." He said, "I couldn't disagree with that more." He did like tons of side projects, and he pretty much just goes on to say that he wouldn't have been where he is now if he didn't work for free for a long time because he enjoyed what he was doing, and you know, moral of the story, it became his career, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, that was in one of the links I sent you guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I actually, one of my coworkers, I'm not going to give out any names or anything, but one of my coworkers has been telling me for like the last year, maybe 2 years, you need to play Half-Life, and I'm like, if they have an HD remake, maybe I'll give it a shot. Well, I guess I better give it a shot now.
Right.
Gonna be buying $20 worth of Black Mesa when it comes out. I mean, $20 for an HD remake that took 15, 14 years to make.
Wow.
That's a pretty good bargain. I might have to. I might jump on that.
And I never played Half-Life, but I had a lot of friends that did, and I do know it was super cool that you could just like mess with that physics engine all the time. That was definitely a big appeal.
So this is based on Half-Life 2 engine, by the way.
Right.
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
So how much respect do you have for Valve being willing to bless off this fan creation remake of their original? Like, this is like their prodigal son has returned Half-Life franchise, right? Like them blessing this off. I mean, this would be like Nintendo.
They're not gonna make it.
This would be like Nintendo blessing off a Mario fan-made game. You know, I mean, this is like a big deal for Valve to be like, yeah, you could have it, fine, whatever.
I don't know. Valve can't count past 2, so I mean, I guess a remake counts as 3.
No, no, it doesn't.
I think they're just always trying to be the good guy, like on the face, but you know.
Well, the other thing you got to remember,
too.
Steam takes 30% off the top, so they are making money on this fan-made remake that they had very little involvement in. Take it how you will.
Yeah. Yep. It's cool that it's being released. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't know exactly how much Steam will be making off. I mean, Valve will be making off of it, but it's still very cool. What are you doing, Chris?
I'm showing off the CHRILLCAST logo.
Wow.
I know. It's this Minions mug because it's yellow. It erases itself on the green screen.
Magic.
Thanks for explaining that, Chris. I've never seen a green screen before.
TV magic.
So, I'm going to pull up the trailer because right now we're just talking in front of words and that's kind of boring.
Definitely going to say that.
Oh, man. What the heck? I can't get the... There we go. It's like, I can't get the music and sounds to go away. Like, I don't want to get copyright struck again. Oh. Do you have any issues with copyright strikes, Timmy?
I have not had any run-ins yet, knock on all of the wood, but I also, spend a lot of time editing and chopping up and changing speeds and zooms and frames and all sorts of stuff to try and get around it.
We get hit by a lot of companies, and I have won every single dispute.
Have you really?
I have not lost a single dispute
Undefeated.
Yet. Undefeated. All I just put in there is, I will sue you with half-Asian lawyer Bill Richmond. And they're like, nope, no, that's not what happens.
I have to remember that.
No, I just put it's fair use, right? I give them the legal definition, and I say, hey, look, we don't have any audio playing from your video. It's not even a reaction video. It's just us talking over footage from a trailer that you guys have, and that's it.
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay, see ya. That's it.
It's awesome that it's that simple.
It is. The dispute process, they do warn you, this could come with legal repercussions if you dispute it incorrectly. And I'm like, what? What?
Wow.
I'm going to jump in here and talk about this video.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this are these the graphics right here?
I think this is the OG graphics one. Yeah, here's the new graphics.
Okay. I was going to say that looks exactly the same. Also, is the gameplay sped up? It looks like he's moving through the environment really fast.
No, it's just fast. It's fast gameplay. I don't believe it's sped up at all.
Yeah, that pretty much
ever
pulls me out.
played Half-Life well?
I've not all the way through. I have played it on and off though.
I'd like to see a remake of Half-Life 3. Oh wait, it has to come out first. No, I mean Black Mesa is probably one of the biggest projects for any fan dev team to ever take on, especially considering the length of time it took them to do it, the amount of research they probably had to do into the Half-Life 2 engine, because it's not like the Half-Life 2 engine is not like your run-of-the-mill Unreal Engine 4. This is like a custom engine made by Valve.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do they have to reskin things and build environments, but also adapt the physics from the original Half-Life game to work in the Half-Life 2 engine, and rebuild all of the levels on top of that with all the bad guys, the AI, everything. I mean, think about it. You are taking an engine that is a unique property of Valve and adapting an older game to it by rebuilding everything. That's insane.
It always blows my mind when fans are able to do this. Like just like the SPV3 for Halo, it blows my mind that they can go under the hood and manipulate the, code and create like a unique game. Sorry, I got so excited I started to stutter.
So I think this is really cool, but I also think it's even also cool when people take inspiration from, like, say, Pray for the Gods. You know the game I'm talking about, Timmy?
I don't know that game, no.
So it's PRAEY, for the Gods. It actually takes inspiration from Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay.
And I think they did a really good job capturing what made Shadow of the Colossus amazing, and also adapting their own gameplay to it. I think that's pretty neat when fans of a game or project do that type of thing as well. Like kind of like a de facto sequel to a game that never got one, or like a remake but not actually a remake.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are pretty neat.
Big time. It's crazy to me too. They dedicated that much time to this without even knowing if it was going to be able to be made money on. Like, that's nuts. For 9 years, they didn't even make a dime.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. I mean, you're like 100 subscribers away from monetization, so.
Well, yeah, kind of a big deal.
How's the watch time?
I was going to say, that's where I need to bump it up for sure.
Oh, okay.
That being said, I'll be dropping a 10-hour video tomorrow called Sleep Sounds, and you can just play that the whole time you're asleep. It'd be great.
And turn on all 5 of your devices at the same time watching. And at work, make sure you leave work, have it playing when you leave.
No, it's not related at all, but there is apparently a band that did that, and they went on tour with all the proceeds they made an album called Sleepify.
What?
They just asked their fans to play it at night. I think it's Volpec was the band, but I don't want to tell you wrong.
You should make that a conspiracy video, like how this band managed to go from
Volpec
0 to hero.
They're good, man. And the same guy that did that whole spiel, he also sold a book on Amazon that was like how I made $148,000 selling books on Amazon, and copies available was 1. He's that same guy.
That's funny. So let's just say you're at the culmination of this project, Black Mesa. You just finished 14 years of work.
Mm-hmm.
Where does this developer go from here? Do they continue working on
this? They make
this?
their game.
Do they keep working on this, or do they start their own like indie dev company and build all their own games? I mean, it sounds like they're not going to just say, "All right, the project's done. See you guys later."
Yeah, I was gonna say he said that in that letter. Like he said it a couple times. Like, this is not done. It will never be done, but it's or it'll never be perfect. He said,
Yeah, at some point, he said, "Great art is never finished; it's abandoned."
Yeah, Da Vinci.
So, I would be curious where this dev team goes after they did this. Like, does Valve just hire them? I mean, I would.
Same.
Half-Life 3, here we go. Made by the fans, for the fans. But
15 years later. Hey, we're done, guys.
we did it. Oh yeah, there's one other discussion point I wanted to have. I mean, Valve was obviously cool with this, but a lot of companies, Nintendo, are not cool with fans making games in the same world as their other, as their games, their franchises. Why is this a bad thing for companies? I mean, can it deteriorate the image? I think that's the wrong take. Nintendo always says we're protecting the brand, right? But fan games can drive a lot of success too. Like I would say another Metroid 2 remake, AM2R, really drove interest for Nintendo when they re-released Metroid 2. So I don't think it hurt at all.
I mean, Nintendo built their reputation in the States based off of quality. I mean, they boosted the video game market right after the crash because there were so many games that weren't being checked for quality. So I think it's just baked into that brand that they're never going to endorse fan-made games.
Oh, they don't need to endorse it. Just no more takedowns.
I don't think they'll ever take it down specifically because of that too, or they'll keep taking it down rather.
And when you look at it though, a fan game, the only way it weakens the brand is if somebody's selling it and people believe it's made by Nintendo. But if it's clearly a fan game and it's free, which means the franchise is not hurt, it can only help. It's like the same when people do covers of songs, right?
I don't know. What happens if they end up enjoying that game more than the actual Nintendo game?
Well, then Nintendo needs to do a better job. It's just like when if you cover a song, right, and you do a better job than the original artist, that doesn't take away from the original artist's work. It just popularizes it in a different.
I'd rather listen to that song.
It popularizes what you did in a different way. You can't cover a song and make money on it if you don't credit the original artist. Like Johnny Cash did the song "Hurt," which was originally Nine Inch Nails.
Yes.
Trent Reznor,
Yeah, Trent Reznor, right? And Trent Reznor makes money off of the Johnny Cash version. I don't know if it's very much, because I think he was like, oh yeah, if Johnny Cash is going to cover my song, cool, man. But anyways, normally when an artist allows you to make money off of a cover of their song, they're making money too. So it's not like it's hurting the original work if you make a better song than the original work, because that artist is still getting compensated.
Yeah, but now Nintendo doesn't even have to worry about that.
No, they don't. I'm just saying, it's like the same process.
That's good practice. I'm just, going down that logic.
Right. I was going to say, all I have here is just MrCrabsMoney.jpg. Under that, why did they not let other fan projects happen? Because
it's like that episode where they have the frozen Krabby Patties and they keep trying to figure out how to make them cheaper. And
exactly. Money. That's the reason. The money.
Well, with that being said, Black Mesa, go check it out. $20 March 5th, 2020. Be there, be square. As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Timmy.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST.